The industry of human rights is implicated in the production of the discourse of crisis surrounding both the Palestinian and migrant questions. But Gaza, I argue, is more than just a metaphor for poverty in the novel. It also anchors the migrant question at France's furthermost borders to the colonial question par excellence, Palestine. The tragic tale of a Comorian who is adopted by a French woman only to give up the privileged life of a French citizen to fulfill his predestined fate as an outlaw, Tropique de la Violence, places Mayotte within a global imperial map dotted with shantytowns, ghettos, and migrant camps. Ironically, the undocumented child-turned-citizen winds up killing the only real Mohorian of Gaza, the citizen-turned-outlaw Bruce, a crime that surreptitiously reveals the colonial genealogy of Kawani, whose destitute inhabitants, citizens and stateless both, are the products of colonization and slavery. "I'm not ashamed to say I'm descended from slaves," intones Moe's victim from beyond the grave, counterposing his black pride to Moe's tragically hybrid identity. That Bruce's ancestors were enslaved by Mayotte's Muslim rulers before being emancipated by the island's new French owners in 1846, 2 years before the second and final abolition of slavery, serves as an ironic reminder of the history of France's lucrative slaveholding Indian Ocean colonies, now points of departure for clandestine migration to Mayotte. Since 2011, a French département whose administrative status makes it a de facto part of the European Union, though not of the Schengen area. In a final twist of fate, the naturalized Moe shares his jail cell with an undocumented migrant deemed too unstable for the police aux frontières, border police, until he splits his head open against the walls that confine him. Moe, an undocumented French foundling turned French citizen who winds up in jail because he crossed over into Gaza, shares his cell with a man whose destiny, deportation, could have been his own. If the Gaza Strip is an open-air prison, the network of camps, jail cells, and detention centers located on France's island colony turn Kawani, Gaza, into a metaphor for France. Gaza, c'est la France. It is not coincidental that this metaphor rewrites the colonial mantra, l'Algérie, c'est la France. Algeria is France. Although the gendarme utters this phrase to critique the French state's neglect of its marginalized borderlands, it surreptitiously evokes another disavowed colonial contact zone, and the North African migrants who crossed the Mediterranean to reach the former metropole. The Tropic of Violence is the southern frontier of a post-colonial nation-state that has forgotten the colonial history that produced the migrant crisis in the first place.